Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. What an exciting adventure over here. Okay, I'm gonna turn that let me see. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So somebody's here. Yay. Hey Corey. Yes, here we are. Oh my goodness. So that was way more adventures than I was bargaining for with the camera. It turns out that it works for like Zoom and some like other stuff, but like not on YouTube. And to do it on YouTube, you have to like have some other software. And it just was like, and then of course it like hosed my whole laptop and I had to restart. So, and then like, yeah, just uh, different link and all that. So this was probably more stressful than trying to drive, but I am ready to settle down and relax and work a little bit on just normal stuff, doing more fun things that I like instead of sitting and trying to figure out why is that laptop is not working. So, okay, let me just dismiss this because who knows what is gonna do it. Okay, got that, you know. And then AI is like popping up everywhere. Like you do anything, and it's like, do you need help? Do you need help? And it's like, ah. So anyway, I feel like I'm turning into like, you know, person with technology. So anyway, okay. So with this, welcome. If you'd like to say something, you do need to be a subscriber to the channel. If you want to put something in chat, you need to subscribe. And then I think you need to subscribe for at least like 1 minute before you comment. I know, just figured, well, just in case there's some weirdness, you never know, going live publicly. So, but welcome. We are going to start. There's definitely time. It's strange not to have music, but we will start. So we will start sitting just because I feel like I need to come down a little bit after all that YouTube camera adventure. So, okay, we're going to start sitting up. And if you cannot sit cross-legged, you can stretch your legs out. We're just going to take a few moments to just kind of like center in. So I'm going to use the arms. Nice inhale in. And then slowly exhaling the arms down. Good. And we're going to do that a few times. So we're going to inhale and exhale. So I'm just going to continue doing that. And you can close your eyes too. And just kind of think about creating a little bit of a transition space. So from the day, whatever's going on, and we're going to transition a little bit to just kind of setting everything aside. You're focusing in on yourself, kind of see what's happening with you, kind of doing that little bit of like this internal check of what's going on. And at the same time, giving yourself a little bit of time to just breathe. So instead of like hopping from thing to thing and thing to thing, deepening the breath a little bit. We're trying to use our diaphragm to breathe. So trying to breathe more towards the belly. Let's do just one more, good amount of breathing. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly bring the hands down as slow as you can. So slowing down your exhale. And we're going to bring the hands on your knees. And we're going to do seated cat-cows. So you're going to inhale, bring your chest forward, elbows back. And then exhale, you're going to roll back, tuck the chin in. And we're going to do that a few times. So inhale forward and exhale back. If you were doing any shoveling today, any snow shoveling, and then stretching a little bit, especially when you're going back, if you can just kind of hold on to your knees and really around your back, kind of let yourself hang a little bit, like you're hanging, you'll feel a stretch in the upper back. It can feel pretty nice. So if you found a good spot, you can even pause. If it feels good to come forward, bring those shoulder blades closer together. You can push your knees down a little bit when you're doing this. It's like maybe this feels good, and you can take a couple of breaths here. See how that feels. And then again, we're just going to go back one more time. And coming back to seated position. I'm going to inhale and look up and stretch. Stretch the arms up, 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 and then exhale and twist to the right. And crack my back. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, twist to the left. Good, and we'll do that a few times. So on this one, you might feel also a stretch in your upper back. Good, and we'll do one more, going to the left. So last one, inhale up, exhale to the left. And then we are going to switch. Inhaling the arms out to the sides, exhale, going over to the right. And then again, inhale to center, exhale to the left. And so doing this a few times. And I mean, normally we breathe through the nose, right? It's supposed to be a little bit more calming. And, it's good with the whole like filtering of stuff. But sometimes if you maybe a little stuffy, or you're kind of trying to just feel like settling down a little bit more, you can exhale through your mouth, but you're trying to slow it down a little bit. So you might inhale through the nose and then exhale through like almost like you're slowly blowing the air out, and that will settle your nervous system, which is really nice. Kind of like a quick little thing. Okay, last one. Going over to the left. Good. And coming back to center. So again, we're going to take our feet out and stepping them nice and wide, and we're going to lower the knees from side to side. So going one way and then over to the other side. And you're trying to touch both knees to the floor. So you're just warming up the hips, kind of getting some movement going. When you lower the knees, like the hip that's on top, you can kind of push it forward a little bit, and you'll feel more of a stretch in the quad, so the front of the leg. So again, you'll be lowering the knees, and then push that hip forward, over, and the other side over. A little more. Good. And coming back to center, we're going to open the legs to a V. Doesn't have to be super big. So we're going to have our toes pointing up, and then we're going to move here without using our arms to help us up, right? So holding the arms in the middle, you're going to inhale, exhale, reach over to the right, inhale, coming up, and then exhale over to the left. So I'm not touching my arms to the body, so that I'm using my muscles to pull myself up. So, and you can really try to emphasize that when you're moving, and that will make a difference. So using those side muscles to pull you up. At the same time, our legs are still working, so you're still pulling the toes up, engaging the legs. Good, we'll just do a couple more, and you can go nice and deep, and again, lift yourself up. Or, you could go just a little bit. So whichever way works. Okay, well, the last one. Good. And now we're going to focus a little bit more on the actual hamstring. So we're going to now slide from side to side. Now when you're sliding, you can kind of go side to side. So let's see, like the left shoulder towards the left foot, the right shoulder towards the right foot. Or you can turn the torso so that the leg ends up a little bit more in the middle of the chest versus like under the shoulder. And you'll feel that more in your hamstrings. It might feel like too much, it might not feel that comfortable if there is less flexibility. It just might feel like it's kind of pointless because everything just feels tight. So whichever way works, totally fine. We'll just turn and reach and turn and reach. Good. Then we're going to come to the middle and we're just going to reach forward and relax. So letting your head hang down, taking a few breaths. And again, you're still flexing your feet, so your toes are still pointing up. If you're feeling a lot of stretch behind the knees, then make sure to bend the knees a little bit. And reaching down. And we're going to lift up. And I think from here we are going to hold on under the knees, bringing those legs together. And we are going to come to the boat pose. So with a straight back, just lean back. And we can do one leg at a time, lifting one leg up and then down, then the other leg up and then down. And so you can do that a few times, or you can lift both legs at the same time. And again, we're flexing the feet, so the feet are still working. You can let go of your legs, take a few breaths. So that's the important part, that you're still breathing when you're doing this. There's not too much tension in the upper body. Your core muscles are holding you together. So it's nice to like actually move your arms to remind you that like, okay, yes, it's the core that's holding you. So a couple more breaths. Feel that heat building up. A little bit of shaking. Okay, we'll survive. Okay, one more breath. Nice big inhale. And then bringing the far away from you. So let the torso can come down a little bit more this way. And taking a few breaths. Good. We are going to lift up. So let's see. We're going to do a little bit of stretching for the legs. So if you have your blocks, that might be handy. If you don't have blocks, you're going to be fine just using your hands. It might not be as comfortable, but you should be okay. So we are going to come up to the table. See? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So coming up to the table, we're going to take our right foot and step it forward. We're going to start in a low lunge. So I'm going to use 2 blocks because I have them. Why not? So we are going to move those hips forward as much as you can. Hold on. I know why it's so behind me. Okay, let's see if that's better. I'm trying to hide all my mess. It's not working well. It's a multi-purpose room. Okay, so you want to move your hips forward. And then when you do that, you, again, checking that your right knee is right above the ankle, or your foot can be even a little bit more forward. That will give you more stretch though. So see how it goes. And again, we are going to use the blocks for a little bit of support. So we're going to inhale. And then as you exhale, walk your heels back, the hips go back, and then the right toes point straight up towards the ceiling. And a bit of a stretch for your hamstring. If you have flexible hamstrings, you're not going to feel the stretch. That's okay. We'll get to it. So again, we're going to come forward. And then again, going back. Now you can take 2 breaths or just 1 breath. So you can Inhale as you come to center. Exhale, reach forward. And then again, inhale, come to center. Exhale, the hips go back. Or it can just be one breath. Actually, can it? Maybe not. I think you would have to go really fast. So just going with more relaxed feel. Okay. So doing this a couple of times and we will work on it a little bit more. So we're going to come forward. We're going to start with the forward. So your hips come forward. Now, if you're feeling like, okay, I'm feeling stretch, I don't need to do anything else. Awesome. Just hang out here. You're trying to then kind of lengthen your back, look forward, still feel the stretch. Awesome. If you are like, okay, I want to do a little bit more, then what we do, we're going to bring both hands on the inside of that right foot. You're going to put them on the floor, obviously. Now, when you're doing this, you're hugging that right knee. You can't see it all, but you're hugging that right knee to the body. So you're not letting it fall out to the side, okay? You're going to hug it really close to your shoulder, okay? And then the block still comes in handy because you can come down onto your forearms. So now you can't quite see, but the block can help you if you cannot put your forearms all the way down on the floor. But again, you're still hugging that leg close to your body. Don't let it splay out. It really wants to. So, and just taking a couple of breaths. Again, it's a nice big stretch on this. Sometimes it's nice to give yourself a nice big stretch when you're been like sitting for too long and everything feels kind of like stuck in the body. But from this, we are going to, of course, lift up, and now you're going to go back. So I guess I'll just stay this way to see it a little easier. So you're going to go back, okay? And again, we're not trying to sit all the way onto your back foot, because that's actually not helpful. But here's what you're going to do first. So you're going to lift up a little bit. Again, you can use your block. Another one. And you're going to feel that right hip. You're going to drop it down. So you're not lifting it, dropping it down. Straight down, the toes are up. And you can bring the torso down closer to your leg. And that will give you more of a stretch in your hamstring. Okay? But, of course, the other one that my kids are doing now, because they're in ballet and they need to have that flexibility, is, so, again, they're just kind of like this. But if that is not enough, what you would do is that you'd slide that front leg forward. And, yes, you would go into split so that back leg goes back, however far it's going to go. And you'll feel more of a stretch in the hamstring. While you're doing this, you're still dropping your hip down and not lifting it. So taking a couple of breaths. And unlike ballet, we are keeping our foot flexed. So no pointing toes. We don't point toes on this because we want the leg engaged. And it's less crampy if you don't point your toes. Okay. So nice big breath. And then you're going to collect your legs. You can bring your knee a little bit closer. Bring that foot back. Okay, so now the legs are together. We're just for a moment, we're going to come down into child pose. So bring the hips down and just pull the hips a little bit from side to side. See how your legs are feeling. They will feel different from one side to the other. Good, good, good. Okay. So now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to take our left foot and bring it forward. And again, you can have your blocks just to give you a little more height. So you can bring that left foot forward and nice low lunge. So bringing the hips forward, making sure again that the left ankle is either right under the knee or a little bit farther forward, like I have right now, a little farther forward. So we're going to warm up first. So we're gonna bring the hips forward. Exhale, bring the hips back. Straight leg, a few times. Bringing the hips forward and then back. And again, you're not trying to sit all the way back, because that actually, it doesn't really do much for the stretch. So you might feel it in like other places, but it's not really what we're doing. So just giving yourself a nice big stretch. I feel like we did it quite long on the other side, but we're not going to do it as long on this side. I've run out of stories to tell you. So we are going to just bring the hips forward. So we're going to pause here, right? And deepen the stretch. So you can bring both hands on the inside of that left foot. Again, hug the knee close in. And you can just be with your hands on the floor. If you don't reach, even if you bring your hands down on the block together, it still gives you more of a stretch. And then again, you can come down either all the way down on your forearms, or you can use the block and bring the forearms down on the block. So stretching those legs a little bit. Again, you want to be able to breathe, right? You don't want to hold the breath. You don't want to feel any sharp pain anywhere. But taking a few breaths. Staying young in the body as much as we can. We're going to do another one after this. That's kind of fun. So there will be some disclaimers before we do it. Okay. So we are going to come up, and now we're going to stretch. Again, bringing the hips back. Okay. And again, blocks can be handy. Point those left toes up. So if you want to kind of stay like this, but you want more of a stretch, just lift up so you have nice long back. And then you're trying to bring your belly down towards the leg. So you're not trying to round your back that much. We don't care about forehead touching the knee at all. That's not what we're doing. So you can do that, and then it's like, okay, I feel pretty good, but I want to do a little bit more. Then you'll come out a little bit, slide that left leg forward. If it's not sliding on the mat, that's totally fine. And you can walk that right knee back and give yourself more of a stretch. And taking a few breaths. Again, the blocks handy to give you a little height. I don't know if you can hear, hopefully not. We have cats fighting outside. Okay. So from here, again, we're going to come out. So we're going to collect the legs. So walk that right knee a little bit more forward, bend the left one, bring the legs together. Okay. And then after this, we're going to do the next one. You have two options. So if you have bad knees or ankles, you are not going to do the one I'm going to do. You're going to do the different one you're going to do. So we're going to work on core, right? So if you are having issues with your knees or again ankles, you can try this one. We've done this one before many times. Straight line from the top of your head down to your knees, right? Hands on hips. And lean back a little bit and bring yourself forward. And again, you can have your feet flat. It might be cramped here that way. So you can tuck your toes under, whichever way, but you're trying to lead with your hips. Leaning back and coming forward. So you can do that, and you don't have to go too far, right? Just gonna like, feel the legs. And again, you're keeping yourself straight so your core is engaged. If you want to do a different one that I'm gonna attempt to do, I haven't done it in a while, so always fun to do those. It's from like, I fell and I cannot get up. So trying to get up. So you're gonna sit back on your knees. You are gonna use your arms, and you're gonna plop onto one side, right? And then with the power of the arms and your core, you're gonna come up and plop on the other side. Again, this is not if I can't not do it when I'm laughing. Not gentle on your knees, and it's not gentle on your ankles. Okay, so do it if you can, because it is kind of fun. It's one of those like your whole body has to come together to make it happen. It reminds me of that, and it does get easier if you actually do it. Um, but it reminds me of the one where, like, can you stand up, like, from lying down without using your arms, right? Like, yeah. So we're not gonna attempt that one today. But anyway, so a couple more. So again, you're either straight up and you're just like, oh, this side is harder. So the whole body has to engage and get you up. Okay, last one on my good side. Okay. Oh, should have said that. Okay, so now we are up. Good. Okay, I'm feeling that. So we're actually gonna stand up, and we're just gonna stand up. We're not gonna do anything fancy. You're just gonna stand up. One leg forward and the other one, and up. Okay, here we go. And let's see. See, that self-adjusting camera would be nice, but okay, here we go. So we are gonna come to the front of our space. And again, you can have your blocks if you have them handy. We are going to do now different warrior poses, right? So coming up to the front, your feet are under your hips. Okay, nice and tall. And what I like to do is that spread all your fingers apart. Toes. Spread your toes apart. Kind of ground them down. Straight. Relax the shoulders down. Good. And you want to kind of soften the knees actually. Don't lock your knees so your tailbone points down a little bit more. And then from here, we're going to take a nice big breath in. You can look up and then exhale, diving down. Inhale, just straight back, look forward. And then we're going to touch the fingertips to the floor, step the right foot back, but lift right away to warrior one. Okay? So lifting up to warrior one, and you can step your legs nice and long, but still have some control over your legs because we are going to be actually working a little bit on strengthening. So hands on your hips or waist, finding your balance, right? Your left knee is bent. And now, I don't remember the name for this, but it's like little elevator hips going up and down in a straight line. So you're going to inhale, and then you're going to bend that right knee behind you and go straight down. And then back up. And a few times. Do not touch the knee to the floor. Okay, that does not have to go that far. But we're going to do this a few times. You're really going to feel it in the right leg, the one that's in the back. So feeling the quad engaging. And last one. Okay, good. And we're going to come down to down dog. So hands down on the floor, stepping yourself back. I feel like I'm not that good. And then just walking your feet in place. There you go. Up. My other little chair. So just walking your feet in place for down dog, just a couple of times, giving yourself a break. Let's inhale, come forward to a plank. Good. Exhale, back to down dog. And a few times. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, back. Again, using those core muscles, holding you up. I'll do last one. Perfect. And now we're going to take the right foot and step it forward. And then you're going to lift yourself up, coming back to warrior one. So again, your right leg's forward, left one's back, hands on hips. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the left knee straight down. And then push yourself up. And then down again. Good. So you're trying not to move like your torso forward or back, like you're staying in the same space. And it's all your back leg. That left leg is doing all the work. Okay, I think last one. Good. Whew. And again, we're gonna bring the hands down. And this time we're just gonna rock back and forth, and you're gonna step all the way forward. Hang down here for a moment. You can sway the torso from side to side. Good, and then softening the knees, roll yourself all the way up. Exhaling the shoulders down. Good, shake off the arms. Let's take a nice big breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling the hands down in front of the heart. And pausing for a moment, catching your breath. Yeah, it's nice to exhale through your mouth, but through like pursed lips, like you're blowing on something. Good, and relaxing the arms, shake them down. And we're gonna work on our rolling ankle prevention. Let's see, go this way. Yeah, here you go. So, again, as I was like sloping through the snow in the yard, taking the water to the animals, it's like, yeah, slipping, sliding. So we are going to work on our, let's see, walking on our toes first, right? So we'll start with that. Lift up on your toes, and we're gonna walk forward and back. We're gonna do that a few times. Now, after this, or sometime later, we're gonna use the yoga strap. So if you didn't take it, you can like walk on your toes and go get it. Or like a kitchen towel, or just a belt, or a tie, that all works. So we're gonna switch and walk on our heels. So lift those toes and as much of your foot as you can. So it's not just the toes. You're trying to lift as much of your foot as you can and just walk on your heels. So doing that a few times. Good, good, good. And now we're gonna walk on the outside of your foot. So roll onto your like pinky toe side and the same. Walk forward and back. Now, if you have issues with your ankles, maybe your ankle doesn't go that way. If you had some kind of issue and then surgery and pins, don't do it. There's probably some range of motion that you do have for something. So you can just repeat walking on your toes or on your heels, or, just do it on one side. Like if you can't walk, I'll post here, you can hold on, you can roll like one foot maybe onto the ankle and just put some weight on it. You can lift the other foot off, right? So instead of walking, you can do that like on one foot, right? If the other foot cannot do this. So from here, we're going to switch and we're going to walk on the big toe sides. So again, you're going to step your feet a little bit wider and then walk, I don't know, like a duck. Is that what it is? Funny looking. Always looks funny. So it feels like your knees are kind of coming in, right? And you're walking on those big toe sides. Now you can bring your feet closer. They don't have to be super wide, but you are trying to like roll your feet. All right. Good. So from here, we are going to come back, Shake off your foot. Shake off your foot. Excellent. So hopefully you have your yoga block, a yoga strap, and we can use that, but not yet. We're gonna do one more kind of like a quick round of stretches before, or strengthening before we go to more stretches. So coming up again to the front of your space. And we're gonna take a nice big breath in and look up. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, look forward, straight back. Then we're gonna bend the knees and let's step the left foot back. And you're gonna lift. So lifting up, we will lift into warrior one. So bring your arms right above your shoulders. Okay. Now, if you have to go slower, you can go slower. You don't have to lift the arms either. You can keep them at your hips. But we're gonna try. Keep that right knee bent. And then we're gonna open to warrior two. So your left heel comes down to the floor. Right arm forward, left arm back. Maybe slide a little bit so you can feel more like your legs are working. We're not going to hold this, so you can be a little bit more bashful, as long as you can still like have some control over your legs. Okay, we're going to take a nice big breath in. Exhale. Oh, bend the right knee a little more. And then push up and straighten the legs, relax the arms. Good. Turn forward over your right leg. Right arm forward. Let's come to triangle. So just reaching your torso forward. Feeling again the stretch in that right hamstring. And then right away bring the hand down to your shin. Left arm is going to go up. And just taking a couple of breaths like this. So again, you're just feeling your legs working. And it can actually give you like a nice opening and kind of rotating in your back. That might feel pretty good if you have tension in your shoulders. Good. So from here, taking a breath. Good. And now, we're going to bend that right knee a little bit. Bring the hands down. Find the block. I do find it's handy. We're going to do a reverse triangle. So for this, you're basically going to turn and face the other way, but it helps to step your feet a little closer and also with your feet pointing more towards the front. Okay, that will just gonna be a little bit more helpful. Because what you're doing is that you're having your hips face forward, you're lengthening that right leg so that you're kind of bringing the hips back. If your left foot ends up on its toes, that's okay. And then I'll lift up a little bit so you're not all scrunched over like I was. And then you're turning to the right, so turning your torso to the right. And see if you can lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're going to have a lot of weight in your left hand. So the one that's on the block. Taking a few breaths. So when you're doing this, your right foot, make sure your right big toe pushes down into the floor. It will feel kind of funny. Good. One more breath. And I'm gonna, bring this hand down. Move the block away. We're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna go back in child. All right, we're gonna take a little break. So going back, bring your arms forward, just like under your forehead. You can open your knees a little bit. Let the belly be in between. So you can kind of just relax, take a few breaths. If you're feeling like you're really smushed in an uncomfortable way, you can use your block and keep yourself a little bit higher. So you're not all the way towards the floor, but maybe put it on this high end and be on your elbows. Rest your forehead down. So you can do that because you don't want to feel like all your weight is coming into your head, right? Because your head is in touch with some kind of surface. And then if your bum is too high in the air, then you'll feel like you're standing on your head. This does not feel that great. So taking a few breaths, letting yourself relax. Good. From here, we are going to do the other side. So I'm just going to turn so I can still talk into the camera. But we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the left foot forward. And we're just going to lift from here. So lift yourself up into a high lunge. And then lift yourself up all the way into warrior one. Bringing those arms right above your shoulders. Very good. Try to relax the shoulders down. Oops. Try not to fall over. Always helps. Okay, and then from here we're gonna open to warrior two. So now the right heel's down on the floor, left arm forward, right arm back. Bend that left knee. But relax the shoulders if they're like really all the way up to your ears. Ooh, down. Okay, from here we're gonna take a nice big breath. And exhale, bend that left knee more. And then, push yourself up. Straight legs, relax the arms. Whew. Okay, shake them off. We are going to do triangle from this. So left arm forward and reach. Good. Hold it for a moment. So feel the stretch in the left leg. And then we're going to bring that left hand down to your shin. And right arm will come up towards the ceiling. So your chest should be facing towards the wall, not towards the floor, right? So you're trying to turn. You can look up at your hand if that feels okay. Sometimes it's too much for your neck, so then you can just kind of look forward. You can even look down. So you're supposed to avoid like dropping your head because that's kind of funny on the spine. So I'm thinking about like a straight back. Good. One more breath. Good. And then we're going to bend the left knee a little bit. The right hand comes down. You find your block, which now is so far from me. Okay. Because we're going to do that reverse triangle. So I'm going to put the block under my right hand. I'm going to get my legs a little bit closer together so that I can turn and my hips are facing forward. Instead of being open, they're facing forward because I'm going to be turning to the left. So you can lift yourself up a little bit so you can lengthen your back. Okay, so again, you're not hunched over, but long back. And from here, you're going to turn to the left and bring your left arm up. Okay, now if it's like, no way I'm going to lift my arm, I'm like not quite turned, you can keep your hand like just on your hip. You know, you can be like this. You don't have to turn all the way. Like you can work towards that. It's supposed to be good for your knees, of all places. But I feel like this is like such a whole body stretch. So taking a few deep breaths. Perfect. We're gonna bring that left hand down. And again, you're gonna bend that right knee. We're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna come down to the puppy stretch this time. So I'm not going all the way into child. You're gonna stretch your arms forward. So your hips are just a little bit behind the knees. And you're gonna put your forehead down. Your arms are straight. Okay? So, how do you know you're doing it right? You should feel like your weight is in your lower body. Okay? If it feels like you're kind of this way and your head's down and all your weight is in your head, then bring the hips back a little bit because you want to be on your forehead, arms are straight, and you're stretching your upper body, like the spot in the upper back, like between the shoulder blades. That usually feels pretty good. You can roll a little bit from side to side, like on your forehead. And you would do that slowly though. Usually there's enough tension that you don't want to go too fast. And then some people are flexible and you can like come up onto your fingertips so that your arms are actually off the floor. Again, you're trying to relax that upper back when you're doing this. So if you try it and you're like, oh, that's like way uncomfortable, too much tension, then you can lower the arms. But it's a nice stretch. If you can breathe through it, it's a nice stretch. If you cannot breathe through it, it's not actually doing that much. Okay, we're going to come out of this. So we're going to lift up to table. Bring your hands now under your shoulders, and we're going to counter stretch by rounding your back. Ooh, you can even lean yourself back a little bit, but you want to really round your back, doing that cat stretch. Perfect. Woo. And we're going to come up from this. And so hopefully you have your yoga strap somewhere handy. We'll do a little bit more stretching for the legs. So let's see. And give me simple stuff. So, and I can decide if I want to do it sitting up or lying down. Oh, I feel like we will lie down. You know why we will lie down? To make my life more difficult, but no. So we will lie down because then you cannot compensate through your back, right? So what happens when people stretch their hamstrings when they're sitting up, right, is that they'll reach forward like this. And where you feel it in your back, right? It's not, I mean, you might feel it in your legs, but it's mostly in your back. And that's not really helpful. But when you're lying down, your back cannot go anywhere. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to grab a strap, or again, a regular belt. It's probably long enough. Or like a man tie. I don't even know if men still wear ties. I know my husband has like a whole bunch of them in the closet. He wears it like once a year, one of them. Okay. We're going to lie slowly back. Or you can go fast. But, if you want to challenge yourself, you can lie down slowly. Okay. Feel your back. Oh, sore. We're going to grab a strap and we're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to, no. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. Do we have enough time? We have enough time. Do we? But do we have enough energy? Oh, fine. A little bit. We'll do a little bit. Because I was thinking about it. So, and I think we did it last time. But we are going to have the arms up behind you and the legs stretched out, right? So then we're going to lift crisscross. So let's see, right leg, left arm. Inhale and lift, exhale and lower. Where's the other way? I never noticed that exercise. But we're going to just switch sides, okay? So you lift and lower. And you lift and lower. So a little bit of a warm up. You can lift your body, your upper, your like neck and shoulders too. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. So a little bit of a warm up and a whole body stretch. Good. And then, trying to remember what I wanted to do. Yes, now I remember. So then we're going to do just relax, take a nice breath, relax on both arms and legs, and do kind of like scissors. I don't even know if I can do it, but we're gonna attempt this, okay? So we're gonna use straight legs. So sometimes we do, so if you cannot do the straight legs, you know how we do sometimes. We're gonna lift the head and shoulders and we do the knee and the knee, knee, and we do this, okay? Or you can keep your head and shoulders down. So it's gonna be the same thing, but we're gonna have straight arms. Straight legs. So you're gonna lift up and you're gonna have the leg up, 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 up. Yep. And my hip is clicking. So you can do that or you can do with the knees bent. And again, if you need to, you can lower the head and shoulders. We're not going to do this for too long. I guess when your leg comes down, just exhale. Good. You're going to have both knees in. Relax your head and shoulders. And relax. You can roll a little bit from side to side. Good. So that was my plan. Okay. So then from here, now we're just going to stretch. So this was more active stretch because you can do it actively. So I don't know. I feel like it maybe works better when you're young. Okay. We're going to put the strap around your right foot. Okay. And we are going to, depending on your body and your flexibility, you can stretch the left leg straight on the floor. You can keep it bent, hold it towards you, far away from you. But we are going to inhale, move your right leg away from you. Exhale, move it towards you. Okay? And we're just going to do that a few times. We're not going to do too many. So inhale, exhale towards you, just pulling the leg. So it's nice to use the strap for this. Inhale the leg away from you. Exhale the leg slowly towards you. Good. Last one like that. Good. Okay. So just for a little bit, we're going to open the leg out to the side and then lift it up and lower over across the body. So more of a moving one. And I'm just going to use both hands for the strap, kind of like one way and then the other. Just make my life easier, right? So you're using the strength of your arms to bring the leg back. So there's more stretching, not so much strengthening. And you're trying to keep your leg at like waist level or hip level when you're doing this. Okay, last one across. Good. Back to center. Bend the knee, and we're going to do the other side. So putting the strap around your left. You can stretch the right leg all the way on the floor. Okay. Inhale, move the left leg away from you. Exhale, pull it towards you. Inhale, away from you. Exhale, towards you. And so just doing that a few times, and you might notice that the sides are different. One side, no problems. The other side, there might be some different sensations. Oh, good. There's usually things uneven in the body because there's nothing perfectly symmetrical, which is interesting. Okay. And coming back to center, and now we're going to open the leg out to the side, up to center, over to the other side. And again, I'm just using my both hands, kind of passing the strap from side to side, just to make it easier. So more of a not quick movement, like kind of measured movement, but not super slow either. We're not holding it. Unless you have like, wow, this is like super good spot. I gotta stay here. You can do that. But a couple more. Actually, last one. Crossing the body. Good. Bring the leg back. Bend the knee. Let go of the strap. Good. And just for a moment, we're gonna hug the knees in. You can roll a little bit from side to side. But the very last thing we're gonna do is you're gonna hold on behind your legs and you're just gonna stretch the legs up towards the ceiling. Now they don't actually have to be straight. You're just holding on behind the legs somewhere and your legs might end up shaking. You're not trying to work them, but you're trying to keep your legs up. You can point and flex your feet to kind of work on your circulation a little bit. You can rotate the ankles as well. Good. But now we're going to stop moving, okay? And you're going to try and breathe into your belly. And then exhale and relax. So just for a little bit, inhale down into your belly. Exhale, relax, pulling the belly down. And you're really trying to imagine that you're bringing the breath all the way down to the hips. Slow exhale. And last one. Perfect. And from here, we're going to bend those knees in and hug them in for a moment. And now we're going to stretch out on the floor for just a few moments. So you can stretch the legs out and kind of see how that feels. And if your lower back can relax, you might need to kind of wiggle a little bit and adjust. So you're trying to have the tailbone kind of flat against the floor. Sometimes if you step your feet wider on the mat, that can help too. But if it's just like not settling, you can also just bend the knees and then the same kind of little wiggle adjustment at your upper back, because you want to have your shoulder blades flat against the floor, opening the arms away from the body. And you're trying to, we did this last time, so let's do this again. So turning, oh, you can't see it, but turning like this, your palms behind your head, right? Towards the back of your head, towards your head. And so you're trying to exaggerate it and you're doing it on the floor. So exaggerating that movement, see what it does for your shoulders, and then relax the arms and where are your arms going to end up and where your hands are going to end up. And so just do it one more time, turning all the way kind of like towards the back and then relax. And so hopefully that kind of adjusts your shoulder blades a little bit. So your palms are relaxed, facing up, with the fingers nice and bent, letting your eyes close, and just letting yourself rest for a few moments. You're really just looking for 3 good, deep, relaxed breaths. So that way you feel like you inhale. Could be nice and slow. It doesn't have to be fast. Nice and slow inhale. And then as you exhale, just long exhale, feeling the whole body just kind of sink down into the floor. I was reading that if you can just get like 3 relaxed exhales, it just resets your nervous system and the body registers a break, like you had rest. So from here, we'll gently start to move again. Inhaling into the belly, exhaling, pulling the belly button down now. So instead of relaxing on the exhale, Now you're actually doing something a little bit more active. You're pulling the belly button down. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can rotate your ankles and your wrists. Just nice and gentle. I like to bring my arms all the way up behind my head, kind of bring the legs together, and you can point and flex your feet and reach, grow a little taller. And then we're gonna bend those knees, roll over to the left side. Here you go, kind of hug yourself in. Again, take a couple of deep breaths. Getting ready to come back to the rest of your day that hopefully would be calm and relaxing. And we're gonna push ourselves up. So come on up, all the way up. And sitting back again, you can sit with your legs crossed or just somehow like sit however is comfortable. I just want to be a little bit more upright. So bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And taking a few breaths now, trying to breathe into the belly. Again, keeping the chest relaxed as you start and just trying to breathe into the belly, down towards the hips. Training your body for deeper breathing. And then bringing to mind the person you care about or thinking about yourself as if you're looking in the mirror. Or for those extra bonus points, you can think about somebody you don't like and repeating the blessing in your mind or just listening to the words. Or you can even say it out loud. It's not going to be disturbing anybody. May you be happy as I wish to be happy. May you be healthy as I wish to be healthy. May you be full of joy as I wish to be joyful. And may you be free from suffering as I wish to be free. Letting that intention for loving kindness sink into the body, to every cell, into the heart, softening all those rough edges around us, all those hard, hurt spots in the heart. And then letting that loving kindness radiate all around you so that you can feel it and people around you can feel it as well. Making the world a little calmer, a little more peaceful. Feel this loving kindness a little bit more every time. And taking a nice big breath in. And just exhale through the mouth with a ah. And one more, like you mean it. Ah. Good. Blessings. Okay. So hopefully I see you again next time, maybe in person, if weather cooperates. And if you stumbled on this live stream by accident, you can subscribe and let me know if you want more videos. Not that I'm promising, but okay. Oh, excellent. This survived. Awesome. I have survived too. I was doubting it for a little bit, but we'll see how the legs are going to be tomorrow. So hopefully good. Okay. Stay warm and don't drive anywhere if you can avoid it. Okay. Hi, Mike. Okay. Bye. And